So hey guys, and welcome back to Born Traveller, and welcome to Istanbul in Turkey. Okay, let's get started. So when it comes to accommodation here in Istanbul, I recommend getting an Airbnb, and this is the one I've got. So it's $190 a week, so it's certainly not cheap, and to be honest, unfortunately the monthly discount is no better. So it's certainly not that cheap, unfortunately, to get accommodation in Istanbul. Probably the best way is stop in a hostel. You can get it down to around $10 a night, €10 a night at the worst. But if you do want your own room with air conditioning, which it's 31 degrees outside today, then you are going to need to spend the money. So I've got air conditioning, I've got a fully stocked kitchen, as you can see, with fast Wi-Fi, which is rare in Turkey actually. It's hard to get Wi-Fi that works in Turkey. There's a lovely bathroom. Obviously you can see massive fridge. I'm right next to a shopping centre. But the best thing about this place is this. It's got a lovely balcony, and if you look out here, we have a fabulous swimming pool. And you might think, well, why not get a hotel? But the cheapest hotel for a single room is $190. Now the location was better, but it wasn't as nice as this. And you know, although it did include free breakfast, which I am going to miss. I do love the breakfast at hotels in Turkey, but that's just something that I'm not going to have. I'll have to cook myself here. But apart from that, this is much nicer, and obviously you can see it's quite a clean apartment. No one's, as far as I know, rented this one before. It's brand new listed, so it's pretty good. So when it comes to food here in Turkey, this is the main thing you eat, is kebab. They've got a meal, doner meal here for 47 lira, which is about $2. That gives you a big kebab, a Coke and some fries, which I'll probably get for lunch, and I'll show you in a bit. Very, very good value. Fabulous. So eating out is probably better than cooking at home. If you actually go to the supermarket, actually cooking at home, it's actually quite expensive. So I spent $35 just getting a few groceries, probably for half the week. So not the best in terms of, if you want like Western style food, you're probably better off eating the local food. This is one of my favourite foods, tavuk. I think that you can find this all over Turkey, and I think it's really nice. You have this like Mediterranean pasta with some salad, and then kind of like a kebab. They have all different types, but honestly, absolutely delicious. And for how much it is, it's really worth it. That's about, well, what is that? That's just over $5, and I think that's really, really good value. Those plates are big, by the way. Don't misunderstand. The soup is only $1, so you know, overall, pretty good value. You obviously can't come to Turkey without trying the Turkish coffee or tea. Turkey is the biggest drinker of tea and coffee in the world, pretty much. And they have these places everywhere. Everybody sits about. You can smoke shisha as well. When it comes to things to see and do here in Istanbul, there's like so much. I could make a whole new video. One of the best places to come though is here, Kadıköy, and it's like a market area. Also, it's where you take the ferry to get to the other side where the Hagia Sophia is, which I'll show you now. There's a beautiful temple called the Hagia Sophia. You must visit that, and the Blue Mosque. That's on the other side. So there's two sides to Istanbul. There's the Asian side, which is this side, and this is where all the markets are and stuff like that. You can also take the metro here straight to the airport, one of the airports here. So it's really good for shopping and stuff. There's so much to see in Istanbul, but there's also the European side, which is more of the touristy area. So this is kind of the more Turkish, non-touristy area. There are still tourists here, but it's not so touristy. So Kadıköy is really where you want to come to experience really authentic kind of Turkish kind of markets and stuff like that. On the other side, you've got the Grand Bazaar, as I said, the Hagia Sophia, and things like that. So it is pretty cool. So when it comes to food shopping here in Turkey, this is the place to go, Migros. They're everywhere. Now they have small ones, and as you can see, they have big ones. So you can pretty much get everything you want from these food stores. The one thing I would say about Turkey is the food is not that diverse in terms of vegetables. You're really going to struggle to find things like broccoli. In a place like this, you probably will do, but the smaller ones, it's a little bit more limited. So it depends what you're looking for in terms of food. Then if you're after clothes, I always recommend Decathlon. You can pretty much get everything a traveller needs from these places, and this is the one at Viapoint, Decathlon. Really, really fantastic, always good value, really cheap. Always recommend. They operate in 53 countries. You can pretty much get everything you need as a traveller from here. Another clothes brand you can find actually is Collins. This is pretty good if you're looking for something a bit smarter, like a suit or something. Definitely Collins is worth checking out. So when it comes to electronics, you want to go here, MediaMarkt. There is a couple of other brands, but I think MediaMarkt pretty much have everything you need in terms of like electronics that you need to replace. When it comes to money, the best thing I think to do is bring cash. Cash is king here. There's cash exchanges everywhere, and you get a much better exchange rate than say trying to take out money from the ATM. So now let's talk about ATMs. ATMs are very expensive. If you take money out about $200 or $300, you're going to get charged about $10 to $15 per transaction. So always try and bring cash if you can instead of taking money out, or take the maximum you can out. Turkey is very expensive. So when it comes to the internet, this is where I'd come, Vodafone. You can basically get 20 gigabytes worth of data, about $30. It's not that cheap in Turkey, but that's from the airport. Sometimes if you go to these stores, wait to get into town, you can get it up to 40% off, but it's still not that cheap. The Vodafone is the way to go for internet. And try and make sure your apartment or hotel has good Wi-Fi. If you're looking to work online, they do have Starbucks, and they have lots of cafes with really fast internet. It's about 100 megabytes a second. So when it comes to healthcare here in Turkey, this is what you want to look for. Esain. It's basically a drug shop, but it's like a pharmacy as well. You can get everything you want from there. You do need a prescription for some medicines. It's not like a lot of countries, but yeah, so probably need to see a doctor. But doctors are very cheap here, and they are available everywhere. So when it comes to nightlife here in Istanbul, you can come here to Kadıköy, and there's loads of bars and cafes and restaurants. You already hear the music playing. They've got kind of nightclubs and stuff. There's, like I say, there's places to drink. So alcohol is not banned here. Obviously Turkey is an Islamic country, but it's actually very liberal in terms of alcohol. One of the great things here is when you get like these massive, like these restaurants, and they're very kind of like everybody's eating. It's really, really unique to see in the world. So when it comes to transport, the best way really to get about Istanbul is the underground metro system. Basically it goes all over the city, but it also connects with some trams here that will take you into the most touristy area on the European side. But essentially this is the best way. You need to buy what you call an Istanbul card, and that'll get you transport. You can basically buy them from any, like the machines, and then you basically just top it up, and then you've got a card, and you can travel all over Turkey. So if you're after a taxi, there's a load of taxi ranks. You can also download this. I'll show you now. It's called the Buy Taxi app, but it's a bit like Uber, but you just basically order the cab and then you pay from there. There's not really much else to it. One of the main things to know about Istanbul is it's separated in two sides. You've got the European side and you've got the Asian side. You can take a boat between them, but there are also there's a metro system. There's also trams you can take, but obviously one of the best ways, if the weather's good, is to take that. Why not? It's not expensive, and it takes about 20 minutes, so really worth it. And obviously, you can sit on top and have a really nice view of Istanbul. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button, and I'll see you next time.